Now, in other news, we're learning more about a fire that razed a condominium in Libis, Quezon City on June 18. Video obtained by News 5 shows a unit in the said establishment totally enveloped in smoke. When the door opened, thick black smoke billowed. The Bureau of Fire Protection initially reported some residents had difficulty breathing, but according to residents, more than 30 were hospitalized, with at least 5 still in intensive care and intubated. Among them were unit owners from the 29th floor who struggled to get to the rooftop.
The rescuers were able to bring them down, I think, 4 to 5 hours. So ngayon, na-inhale nila yun, toxic daw yung smoke. Apparently, parang his brain is even swelling kasi may hypoxia, lack of oxygen.
Several condo residents complained about sprinklers and vents not working during the blaze. These fire safety devices were supposed to alert residents of the fire and buy them more time to seek safety.
Wala siyang burn sa body. Ang masama, internal ang burning niya. Kasi toxic smoke ang inhale nila. Ang lungs niya nasunog. Even yung kidney niya. So dinialysis siya. Pati na in-offer nilang assistant, 100,000. Sabi ko, it's not even 10% ng total niya.
Now, as this developed, the management of Olympic Heights Condominium has released a statement on the incident. And joining us here in the studio is News 5's Mon Gualvez, who has been following this story. Good evening, Mon. Thank you for coming on the show. Tell us, anong latest development?
Actually, it's been almost 9 days since the fire hit the condominium. And mula nung siyam na araw na yan, almost 9 days na yan, Ses, ngayon lang, nag-release ng statement itong condominium administration that could appease somehow yung feeling and yung disturbance ng mga residents in the area. That's one of the development na they are saying that they are actually closely monitoring the issue or the incident rather. At the same time, they also admitted na limited lamang yung funds na meron sila. Because after na ma-turn over ng developer sa condominium owners, yung pinaka-building, ang magmamanage na nito technically is yung association.
Yung homeowners mismo.
Association
Yes.
na based on the statement, nakadepende lang sila sa limited association dues
Of course.
for the property management.
Pero Mon, higit dun sa hospital bills na mga nasa ICU,
Yes,
di
yes.
ba? Yung pananagutan nila sa safety ng building, yung mga alarm, etc., anong ang sabi ng statement?
That's another story to tell, no? Actually, wala pa silang direktang sinabi on that matter. Ang sinabi lang nila, they are actually telling the residents na they are with them, no? The association is with them. So magkakaroon sila ng meeting on Sunday to at least answer all the questions na mayroon yung mga residents at limited lang din kasi first 100 unit owners lamang ang pwedeng pumasok doon sa space na pinrovide nila. Actually, the message or the statement that was provided to us is message to sa mga residents. Hindi pa to yung official statement nila for the media. No? So,
Parang Ateneo, ano nangyari?
kung paano mag-handle
Ibig sabihin,
ng... Oo.
Ang tagal bago nagbigay ng pahayag.
Sadly to say, that's true. Kasi sinasabi din ng mga residents, ang isa sa mga nakausap namin kanina, ang pinaka-concern nila, wala silang nakukuhang direct information on what happened. No? Pero they are being contacted ng pinaka-administration on the matter.
You know, significant ito, Mon, because estimates put condo dwellers in Metro Manila at easily between 500,000 to 1 million. We don't have the exact figures.
Yes.
Pero ang dami ng nakatira ng condo dito sa Metro Manila. And ang isang, I'm a condo dweller myself, marami sa residents, hindi sila involved dun sa mga asosasyon. Yeah. So this is a lesson rin. Imagine mo kung lindol, kunyari, di ba? Tapos hindi pala safe. And dapat merong mga drills, di ba? Para masubukan yung mga safety measures na nakalagay dun sa building. Ano ba yung mga sinabi sa'yo ng mga residente na wala?
Exactly. Actually, nagbabayad ang mga residents and mga tenants
Oo,
ng
mahal kaya.
hindi birong halaga.
Exactly.
Diba? Because they are paying for their safety, na may security,
Convenience.
and convenience at the same time. Pero these are the things na medyo nakulangan sila on what happened. No? Kasi parang sa inilabas na statement naman ng mga residents and tenants ng naturang condominium building, nagkaroon pala sila ng chronology, chronology ng events na nangyari. No?
Parang ilang oras ang dumaan.
Exactly.
No? Sige.
Before 7 o'clock in the morning, nagkaroon na nga ng fire doon sa pinaka-basement level na sa main pinaka-garbage area sa refuse room, if yun yung tawag nila sa garbage room. No? At the same time, after nun, hindi naging, hindi gumana yung exhaust sa taas kasi yung fire mula sa basement, diretso siya sa garbage chute. No? Dito sa building, medyo luma na yung building, 24-year-old na yung naturang condominium. So meron pa siyang garbage chute and then lahat na dapat na usok pataas, hindi lumabas. So nagka-stuck. So nangyari, yung usok pababa na siya, sa kaya lahat ng unit, lahat ng floors rather, naapektuhan ng makapal na usok. So ang sinasabi nila, hindi daw gumana yung mga fire alarms, fire sprinklers, and even yung emergency lights kasi sobrang
Dilim.
thick ng black smoke talaga nung time na yon. Kaya ito yung mga concerns nila. Although tinanong natin yung Bureau of Fire Protection about this one, ang sabi nila, may certain degree para gumana yung mga fire sprinklers na kasi walang fire.
So
Smoke
it's
lang.
more the smoke. O anong sabi ng Bureau of Fire Protection? Mas matindi ba ang epekto ng toxic smoke?
Yes.
Kesa
Mas
sa
matindi ang
sunog.
epekto ng smoke kasi nga, yung too much exposure sa smoke, I'm not an expert, pero according to the Bureau of Fire Protection, is yun yung makakasunog talaga ng mga internal organs natin, especially the lungs. That actually, yun yung nagki-clear sana ng mga kahit
mga toxic.
na hangin, sobra-sobra na yun na-absorb natin or ng mga victims that time. Imagine from 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock nag-fire out, so 3 hours yun, nababa silang lahat, almost 12 to 1 o'clock na natanghali, ng hapon. So
lahat
imagine the hours na nandun sila sa unit, kahit nandun sila sa unit, they are continuously inhaling.
Hindi dumating ang fire department?
Meron, kaya nga na-fire out nila by 10 o'clock in the morning. Pero yung pag-rescue kasi, inuna nila muna talaga ma-contain sana yung fire na nasa basement. Pero yung smoke kasi is there.
Continuous.
Continuous din yung inhalation nila dito sa thick smoke na to. And toxic smoke kasi basura.
So ano na ang kayang ano naman ang pananagutan ng local government, Quezon City? Ano daw
Ang sinasabi naman ng
action nila?
Ang sinasabi naman ng Quezon City government dito says is they are also one with the residents about sa pag-iimbestiga na sana magkaroon ng masusing investigation on the matter. At gusto nila mapanagot ang dapat managot kasi nga based on the records updated yung fire safety measures na ginagawa dito
yung
sa
mga
condominium.
inspection.
Yes, updated lahat. Kaya ang tanong nila, paano nagkaroon ng problema during that time? So ito yung mga iniimbestigahan ngayon ng BFP. At saka paano nagkaroon ng apoy dun sa
At
garbage?
saka kung paano ang inspection na ginawa nila?
Exactly. So,
Kailan daw yung last inspection?
ang sabi nila, well, the last inspection hindi nila dinetalye sa akin, pero this year daw yon. So, technically, it's been 6
June
months
pala.
lang. Oo.
Oo.
So, ang sinasabi nila ngayon, kailangan malaman yung pinaka-cause ng fire. Kasi may mga explosion pa silang narinig yung residents eh. So, ang sabi naman ng Bureau of Fire, it might be about short circuit na. Kaya nagkaroon na ng mga ganong klase mga
So
explosion.
may iba ng sunog.
Doon na nagkaroon. Kasi parang
Bukod dun sa una sa basement, nagkaroon ng mga iba pa.
Oo,
Ganun
pero
ba?
explosion yung narinig lang. Wala pa rin talagang fire in other units. Again, walang naapektuhan na units in terms of fire. Lahat ng units lang ay apektado ng
ng
smoke.
Pero hindi ka rin pwedeng bumalik sa unit mo ng puro usok na
Yes,
gano'n,
for now. Thank you for taking it. No? Kasi ngayon, bagamat nagbigay na ng clearance ang BFP for makapasok sana yung mga residents, pero the management itself intended na wag muna dahil hindi pa nga talaga totally clean
Yeah.
yung area dahil sa smoke, yung residue niya na iniwan doon sa lugar. And they're continuously asking yung mga experts, mga engineers, and
Kung when is it
kung pwede na
safe.
talaga. Kumbaga yung clearance na binigay ng BFP, pwede na kayo pumanik just to get some things but not to stay for a
Okay.
living.
Sige. Mon, at this point, we'll be talking to a resident of Olympic Heights to tell us more about this tragedy. And thank you for coming on to the big story tonight, Mr. Dwight Santos.
Hi, Ma'am Stess. Good evening,
evening.
and thank you for having us.
Dwight, I'm also with News 5's Mon Gualvez, who was able to interview some residents and a relative of the residents who are now confined in hospital. Now, I'd like to ask, before we go to the fire itself, may fire insurance po ba ang inyong asosasyon?
Well, ano po, as a resident, hindi rin kami masyadong privy sa ganyan. But I would assume meron sila dapat. And from what I've heard, yung unit owners of the individual units, supposedly dapat meron din silang yearly fire insurance, which is separate from the entire building.
But sa association dues, hindi nyo po nakikita yung mga ina-itemize yun eh. Na,
On our end, hindi po kasi we're renting. So tenants po kami
I see.
sa unit. So a big percentage din po kasi nung nakatira dyan are just renting.
So tell us about your experience on that day. 9 days ago na no po.
Yes, correct. 9 or 8 days.
Yeah.
So medyo traumatic po pero so as a resident, I'm here to share at least our point of view and sa mga nakausap namin. So on that day around 7 a.m., we woke up to the smell of smoke, not any sound or alarms. And akala namin we left a charger or any appliance, so chinek namin. Groggy pa from sleep when we opened our door to the living room, puno na siya ng smoke. So we started looking around. Pagbukas ng front door, there was a wall of black smoke na pumasok into our unit, which immediately you can feel it in your eyes na mahapde, hindi mo mabuksan yung mata mo. Pumasok siya sa nose and throat namin na you can't even speak. So nagbukas kami ng bintana.
Ganun po yung
Yes.
epekto. You cannot speak agad
Yes.
kahit na sandali. I'm sure sandali nyo lang binuksan ang pintuan.
Yes po. Siguro 2 seconds maximum kasi nakakatakot po eh. Pag by black smoke pumasok, sinarada namin agad. We tried to open more windows, open the electric fans para lang lumabas. And nagkulong kami sa master's bedroom para at least may protection. We brought in our pets doon. And parang we started calling our friends on the group chat. Ano ba yung nangyayari? Baka makahingi ng tulong. And same din yung experience ng neighbors namin at the top floor. Sila
How
yung nasa
long
ICU
were you in
right
the
now.
building po? How long were you trapped in
Before
your...
you were evacuated.
Yeah.
Yes. So I only know from when I woke up, may smoke na. But we were there from morning up to around 1 or 2 p.m.
What?
Yes. And I am sure may mga nagsasabi, ba't di kayo bumaba ng fire escape? And some of the people nakababa po, especially sa lower floors. Kami, we are on the 24th floor.
Oh
But
my.
also we were worried na yung kung ganun po yung effect ng smoke in 2 seconds, paano po kung nag-pass out kami sa fire escape? Or madulas kami, wala kaming makita. Kasi doon sa group chat nakikita namin, pati daw fire escape, puno-puno ng smoke, hindi sila makalabas.
So in the end, parang tama yung decision nyo to just stay put. Kung hindi, baka
Yes.
nasa ospital kayo ngayon.
Yes po. Tinry lang namin as much as possible na takban ng wet towels, yung door gaps, magtakip ng wet clothing para lang hindi maalanghap lahat ng usok. Pero even then, madami kaming nalanghap in that 4-5 hours there.
Actually, yung mga na-hospital, Ces and Sir Dwight, mga nagstay lang din sila sa unit, pero yun nga, because of the long hours na nagstay sila doon, yun yung dahilan kaya sila na-hospitalize. Pero Sir Dwight, I think another reason din is yung smell, di ba? Yung amoy ng smoke, kaya nahihirapan talaga din kayo in just 2 seconds na sinasabi mo kanina. Pero ngayon, naglabas ko ng statement, yung management, yung administration. What's your response
Yes.
to that, sir? I think ngayon lang sila nag-release ng ganitong klaseng message to the residents.
Correct. So, actually, yan po yung, when I was talking to the other residents affected, ang gusto lang sana namin is communication lang po muna. This is a good first step. Medyo delayed po. Lampas na ng 1 linggo. May mga neighbors kami na nasa 2 million pesos na po yung hospital bills. And halos wala kaming naririnig na communication aside from nililinis po yung condominium. Um, Hindi po siya ideal yung sinabi nila, pero again, for us, first step po siya. Kung meron po tayong matulungan, kahit hindi lahat, then sana po matulungan nila, especially yung mga hardest hit. Maswerte pa kami na nakakalakad kami, nakahanap kami na matitirhan. Pero paano po yung nasa ICU pa rin hanggang ngayon? Paano po yung mga nawalan ng gamit, trabaho, wala pong pera para makalipat? Ano po yung gagawin para doon?
May, last na lang for me,
Go ahead,
Mrs.
Mon.
Meron bang pinrovide sa inyo at least matutuluyan in replacement pansamantala dito ho sa condominium na to? Kasi nga, displaced lahat. Imagine more than a week now at hindi pa rin kayo makabalik ho doon sa pinaka-units po ninyo.
Yes, wala pong pinrovide. If you imagine, siguro if it's fully occupied, around 600 people po ang capacity ng condominium or more. Wala pong pinrovide. Ang nakita lang namin na closest to this is may discount po sa nearby Richmond Hotel. Ang mga temporary living assistance po actually galing sa Eastwood community. Neighbors din po. Na yung iba nag-shelter sandali, iba nagpo-provide ng short-term na very low rental, yung mga ganyan po. Pero yun, sa experience ko po, hindi ako makapagsalita for everyone, pero wala kaming natanggap na gano'n.
Sa tingin niyo po, may pananagutan ba ang mga nasa board of trustees ng inyong asosasyon?
Meron po silang accountability. Sila po yung entrusted with the management and ownership of that tower. So, I'm not a lawyer, pero at the very least po, they owe it to the residents and the homeowners na ano ba yung dapat gawin. Secondly, yun nga po, yung mga nasaktan, na-injure, and reportedly may nag-pass away po, kailangan po meron maging dialogue. Ano po yung gagawin doon?
So yung sabi niyo renter kayo, how long is your lease contract, sir?
We've been renting since 2022 and dapat may contract pa kami up to 2028. Pero because of what happened, well, thankfully, cooperative naman po yung aming broker and landlord. Hindi na kami makakatira doon kasi because of the traumatic experience.
Right. And did you try to go back? Kamusta naman po? Livable pa ba ang building? Kasi it will take time for all those toxic fumes to subside.
So yung last time po na bumalik kami, you can only go to the condo 10 minutes at a time. Kasi toxic pa po talaga. And tinry po namin kumuha ng essentials, yung mga valuables like passports, yung mga ganyan. Pero at the 10-minute mark talaga, Ma'am Ses,
Mahirap.
Sir Mon, nahihilo na po kami nung time na yun and nakamask pa kami. So
Ngayon-
toxic po talaga siya.
Okay, ngayon po, if I may ask, how many are you living in your unit and kamusta naman ang inyong kalusugan ngayon?
So kami po, dalawa lang kami ng wife ko and our 4 cats. Kaka-check up lang namin sa doktor. Medyo na-trigger po yung aming asthma. But again, we were luckier. Yung side namin on the tower, less po yung smoke. But the side yung sa D
Kabila.
and C, doon po talaga yung tinamaan ng malala.
Kamusta yung mga pusa po? Hindi nyo nabanggit.
Opo. So far, okay naman
Your
po
pets are
sila.
good.
Medyo inuubo-ubo. Pero thank you for... Nandito po katabi ko, natutulog lang.
Okay, so ano po kaya ang maibabahagi niyong leksyon sa mga kapwa Pilipino na nakatira? Marami na tayo ngayon na nakatira sa condo. So ano
Yes
pong
po.
what can we learn from this?
Well, from yung experience po na to, I guess the first thing is start asking your building association and the property management, kamusta po talaga yung disaster preparedness nila. Iba po kasi ang mga fire safety drill sa totoong buhay, sa na-experience po namin.
But
But the other...
sorry to
Yes, po.
interrupt. I just want to ask, meron bang safety drill po sa Olympic Tower?
Na ginawa.
So quarterly, there is a fire safety drill. And during that time, maririnig nyo naman po yung fire alarm. But yun nga, during the time na nandun kami, binuksan namin yung pinto, wala po kaming narinig. I do not know what yung case was for that. Pero kasi kung malakas po yung alarm, nagising po kami.
Yeah.
Kung hindi kami nagising doon, baka hindi na kami nagising talaga.
Oo nga, baka puro usok nang nalanghap ninyong ano. You're still lucky. Pero to continue po, if you can share what other condo dwellers can learn from your experience.
Yes, actually, a good friend actually talked to us earlier. Start asking both the building and your landlord about fire insurance. Accident po talaga, emergency po yan, hindi natin mapipredict kailan mangyari. But the insurance will help a lot if you are the owner, kasi at least mare-repair, masasalvage nyo pa yung condo nyo. And for the tenants, it's benefit for you when you get displaced, lose your ability to work, or
Yeah.
get hospitalized.
Right.
And lastly po, important din po na makihalubilo within your community. Malaking tulong po yung mga taga-Eastwood. Sila yung nag-show up po sa ground floor, may dalang tubig, may dalaw po silang wipes and cat litter para sa mga pusa namin. Para tulungan kami, punasan sila, para makainom ng tubig. And even yung emotional support po, na during the crisis, malaki po yung effect.
Oh, that's good to hear. Better cooperation from the community rather than from your association.
Opo. I
Sorry
mean,
to say.
sana po, di ba, parang in a perfect world, perfect response yung building admin. But as people po, in a crisis, sabi nga ng friend ko, pagiging tao po yung kailangan.
Yes.
Actually, kung wala po yung mga friends namin nung time na yun, akala po ng firefighters wala ng tao sa floor namin. So, na-message pa namin sila, uy, nandito pa kami, hindi pa kami nare-rescue. Kaya may bumalik po.
I'll add one to that,
Yeah,
sis. Kasi
go ahead,
nung
Moy.
during ng fire incident na yun ang sinasabi din ng mga fire rescuers, that time mga volunteers, na hindi identified kung sino ba yung may mga senior citizen. I think it's also a lesson sa mga management ng mga condominium to at least identify kung may senior citizen dito, may infant, to prioritize if ever.
They should have been on the scene.
Exactly.
Oo, wala. Wala, Dwight.
I cannot say for sure, pagbaba po namin, medyo
Magulo
po
na yun.
kami,
Oo,
traumatized. Bumaba po kami ng all 24 floors, inhaling smoke. So, hindi
Nakaasa
na
lang-
namin na-observe.
How were you rescued, by the way? And where did you pass? Binigyan ba kayo ng oxygen or masks or anything nung mga firemen?
So, thankfully, nagkaroon kami ng time mag-pack. Nilagay namin sa carriage yung cats. And then, nung na-message namin yung friends, yung team leader po ng fire brigade, okay, aakyatin na daw kami. Kumatok po sila, nandito po yung fire brigade. For some reason, wala din po silang mask. Lahat po sila.
Wow!
Wala din silang oxygen. So, hindi ko na po alam kung bakit kulang din po sa yung funding nila or equipment. Pero
You mean
sobrang-
nalanghap rin nung mga nagre-rescue yung toxic
Kaya nga.
fumes?
Yes po. Lahat po sila. And saludo po kami. Inakyat nila yung lahat ng 29 floors na yun pabalik-balik para lang ma-rescue kaming lahat. So binaba nila kami, binuhat nila yung gamit namin. Kami may mask pa kami, sila wala po.
Binigyan nyo sana.
Siguro pinrioritize
Last
sila.
na po
Pinrioritize.
Oo nga eh. But that is also very pertinent information kasi our firefighters should be equipped.
They're risking
Yes
their
po.
lives.
Yeah. Well,
Yes po.
Dwight, we thank you so much for coming to the show, sharing your experience, and we hope, are you living in the condo now?
No, nakitira lang po kami sa friend. Wala pa kaming
Na-trauma
matitira
na.
at the moment.
Pero hindi naman kayo na-trauma na tumira sa condo ulit.
We don't know yet po. We'll see. We're taking it a day at a time.
Yes.
All right, so thank you for coming on to the show and keep us updated on the
Thank you for having
developments.
us.
That was Dwight Santos, and thank you also, Mon, for sharing this exclusive story with us. Lastly, before we let you go, ano ba ang impact nito ng storyng ginawa mo sa mga nakatira sa Metro Manila?
I think this is parang eye-opener. Kasi tinitake for granted natin yung mga ganitong klaseng safety issues. Sabi nga kanina ni Sir Dwight, di ba? Mga bagay na dapat tinatanong natin beforehand. Pero we are actually, parang kampante na hindi kondo yan. So at least secured, safe tayo dyan. Pero these are the things na dapat vigilant tayo at the same time na maalam, at the same time din na malaman yung mga ganitong klaseng mga instances at seryosohin yung mga drills, ha? Kasi
Tama.
kung nagkakaroon ng
Ako,
mga
guilty
drills,
ako dyan.
ngayon, doon ko na-realize, ako rin guilty ako doon, Mrs. Ngayon ko na-realize na mukhang kailangan mo seryosohin para alam mo kung saan ka pupunta at kung kakayanin mo bumaba.
Correct! Kasi alam mo, as a nation, kulang tayo sa safety consciousness. Alam mo, tayo yung nag-aalambitin sa jeep, alam mo yung mga ganon.
Tama.
So we need to be more cautious and mapag-alam. Yan yung magandang sinabi mo. Thank you. Mon Gualvez there.